maybe you know be blue green with Trigon Predator. We could also maybe be Bands. If you make a land an artifact, you can bounce it with Teferi, or you can bounce anything with Teferi. You bounce a Planeswalker, which doesn't seem like that good, but it feels like it's something. Turn 3 Moon on the play is probably fine. Although, can't necessarily get basic island. You don't really think Spyro and Moon are strong in the shell? I disagree, but maybe I'm wrong. Why not run Leyline if you're going to run Orb? Well, you can't wish for Leyline with Karn. Opponent's mulled to 5. I mean, like, Blood Moon is I think good in the format right now, you know what I mean? And I think it's also easy to say Blood Moon look like the worst cards when you get paired against like all these Swiftspear decks. We played against like I think 3 Swiftspear decks that league. But Blood Moon I think is very good against the non-monastery Swiftspear decks in the format right now. And we slide them out, but I don't think we can splash for Kolaghan's Command in this deck, but we can maybe find room. If we, like, I know Chief has been playing a Grixis version. I mean, I think we have a decent hand against Oops here. I think we can maybe keep them off of black mana. Yeah, it certainly is not just a foregone conclusion, though, that you need to play Blood Moon, but I think I'm still down for it. I think I'm going to hold up Abrade. Oh, I can't. Right. Yeah, Gigi's Temur Ponza version is like the list I started with when I built this. Always so weird when they just they just cast it. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I guess I still have red mana. Okay, but I didn't untap the ground. I thought I was doomed for a second. Now they don't have black mana, which is a really big deal. And then also if they draw a sword, I guess they can just discard it to Phantasmagorion, but it can be problematic.
Did you know Athena was with you?
I did not know. She's been here the whole time? You have to... Yeah, what could they even draw here? They have to have land plus Talisman plus payoff. Or just any mana rock. So when we Karn, we're going to Karn for Crypt, so I think we can bring in Needle and Relic, which stop their combo. We'd also bring in Coating, I think. Narset seems really slow in this matchup. We can probably trim the Wrenn in 2 Narsets. Leagues are going by super quick today. Yeah, I will often bring in, I'll bring in like wishboard targets when, you know, I just have something better to get, like Tormod's Crypt, or Karn is basically always going to be getting Crypt. I think you can go Crypt into Ensnaring Bridge sometimes. So you can bring in other cards. Weird hand. It's kind of slow, especially on the draw. Abrade to kill... We can probably turn 2 kill their mana rock, which is a big deal. I'm going to keep. Have I played into any spots where Shenanigans has been better than something like Grudge? Yeah, I think Shenanigans is just better than Grudge. The fact that like you can only Grudge one thing a turn anyways, and the fact that you just keep getting to Shenanigans over and over again makes it better than Grudge, in my opinion. But it's not like you can double Grudge something in one turn, so I do think that Shenanigans is better. We're of course banking that Oath of Nissa finds us a land. Alright. Find us a land. It's kind of funny that it was the basic mountain. I probably would have gotten Steam Vince if I could have found a fetch land. I did mull to 5. If we draw a fetch land or just any blue source, we can steal any artifact mana here. That ain't it. We could also have just played Karn if we drew a land, but we didn't find one, so we're at the mercy of if they have a payoff, which hard to imagine that they don't. Wait, they drew the basic swamp naturally? That's so frustrating. I just keep seeing my opponents not getting punished for like siding in the basic swamp. Like maybe it is good, but I also don't have anything that like makes them fetch the swamp. So it was a huge mistake for them to board it in. Of course, they didn't get punished. No, you don't. You don't want like a card like Vandal Blast, I think, because you only make one thing an artifact at a time. Like I don't know. I don't think you want Vandal Blast, or an effect like that. Yeah, if they don't draw the basic, then they have a basic land in their deck, and if it's just above their combo, or enough of their combo, they lose. Or at least they don't kill you there. Yeah, with Astrolabe, I think that I'd be more into Stirrings. Just like, but with only 7 colorless spells, I don't think we have the density. But if you guys have an idea for like a way we can fit more colorless spells into the deck, maybe we could play Imri and Amber. Could be more down. I'd say it looks good. Do I play around the turn 1 kill? Don't think so. So Needle names Salvage Titan, and that stops them from comboing off. Yeah. I think that if we're playing Stirrings, we're probably Simic. But if we're Simic, also Narset is maybe it's easier to cast. But maybe you don't need the Oath of Nissa to help you cast it as badly. Well, this was good too. They took Oath of Nissa? Wow. They could have a Force of Vigor, I guess. They also very much might still have the basic swamp in their deck. I wanted to name Green on Sprawl because I wanted to be able to maybe cast Oath of Nissa off of it. And potentially find like an Arbor Elf off of it. But they took the Oath. Yeah, they could have Belcher. I don't remember seeing Belcher in game 2 when I looked at their cards. Get out of here, Creeping Chill. If we Narset, we're not holding up a Relic Sacrifice. So I think we're supposed to steal Seagate Restoration here. Although stealing their black source is so much more powerful. Stealing the blue source is relevant. I named green with Sprawl on turn 1 so that way I could try to find Arbor Elf after casting Oath of Nissa, which I thought was going to be relevant. I mean, it might have been wrong to do so. But that's why I named green. I paid 3 life. What's this mean? Vengevine. It's pretty good. I'm gonna float a green here. Karn for bridge next turn wins the game, right? Because this would shut off Belcher, and I mean I guess they can have, you know, spells that destroy my permanents, of course. But this would shut off Belcher and Vengevine, and they only have 3 Creeping Chills. That would put me down to 1. Yeah, so they need to draw, like, you know, removal for my permanents. Oh, I was missing a land. I thought I had 7 mana, but now I do. They're floating a green. So we make sure I can minus my Karn and get bridge. And then I'm gonna go to my second main, make them use their green mana now if they're gonna use it. But I don't want them to Assassin's Trophy my Karn before I can minus it. This means I die to 3 chills. It does mean that, yes. Oh no! Oh, and it means that I can't activate my relic, right? Huh, it's actually super awkward. B minus Narset. Well, now we can Abrade the Vengevine. Okay, so now they can't combo off because they can't have land plus payoff here, so we can cast the bridge. There's no we don't need to hold up the relic because they just can't combo. Okay, Thoughtseize the Abrade. It's fine. Should be close to game over. Or just game over with Puzzle Box, right? Lock assembled. Yeah, finally got to Puzzle Box lock. Let's have that be the counter. So I get Basic Forest and Sprawl. I guess I name blue. So if I'm naming blue, I'm going to want to be able to fetch Basic Mountain potentially. I'm blue. Do-do-dee-do-do-da. Well, got immediately punished for naming blue. It's fine. I'm just going to take the fetch land over Wrenn and 6. I feel like I have time. I am going to go ahead and Stomping Ground Abrade the map too. These are good matchups, I think. Teferi's Puzzle Box plays normally for me, but you don't draw normally. You draw your hand and then you Puzzle Box it away. But your opponent just whole hand goes away. Back up Narset, I guess. Our mana's pretty good because we have the Oath. They draw their card for turn, then Puzzle Box triggers and their card goes to the bottom, but they can cast an instant in their draw step if they have the ability to do so. That's the only thing they can do. Coating would be nice to find. Did find Coating. Also found Karn. I think I'm going to Coating here. I guess Karn shuts off the Mind Stone, actually. Maybe that would have been better. But I don't really mind my Narset dying. We have a backup Narset, and we can try to assemble lock. Yeah, I forgot to do my Matter Reshaper bit that nobody is tired of. That everybody loves. They ignored Narset, the audacity. They were going to Tron us. They have 2 Matter Reshapers. Alright, so I think what we do here, Basic Forest. Play Narset. Do not minus Narset yet. Then play Spyro. Some blockers. Yeah, better just concede. That's usually what I do. I usually make a big fuss about them having the nuts. Shenanigans is great. Vindicate every turn. Can Vindicate and escape Spyro next turn. See if they find another tower. Yeah. I know it was good for them to ignore Narset. I was just kind of joking. It won't happen again. Maybe we'll just take 3 and not kill a Reshaper yet. No, I think we kill a Reshaper but leave the token back. Because we're probably gonna go. We can go Shenanigans and get a Spyro back. Alright, they found an expedition map which will allow them to have 5 mana this turn. So maybe it was bad too. Oh, yeah, we have enough for Spyro and Vindicate. We have 7 next turn. Although if they have a Karn, it's really bad for us. Damn it. Guess I just wasn't supposed to block. Isn't it triple red? Oh, I see, yeah. Sundering Titan. Feels so bad. We're 1 mana short of Karning for Puzzle Box. But we can kill Karn by plussing on the coating. And then we can Liquimetal Coating their tower and their upkeep to stop it for tapping for mana, so they can't Titan us. And then their Mind Stone is also shut off. And then we can chump the Battery Shaper and then Puzzle Box lock next turn. Cool line. No! Damn it! Oh my gosh! Hey Spike, did you know you should have targeted the tower with the coating? Hey Spike, you should have targeted Urza's tower with Liquimetal Coating. I'm just typing this comment to inform you that you should have targeted tower with the coating and not the coating itself. Any reason we didn't target tower? I think it may have been better to target tower. If they don't play a land, they couldn't have played the Smasher. They're attacking me? Well, I guess we're in okay shape then. Oh, they could have Spatial Contortion to kill us. That would have been awesome. Chalice on 1. Okay. Let's collect ourselves. Take a breath. Everything's fine. Yeah, so I think we Puzzle Box, I think Shenanigans to kill Smasher. This line loses to exactly Dismember off the top. I guess they have Dismember in their hand and still loses. It's fine. Bridge's game. I mean, this is good against like cards in their hand, right? I don't think Bridge's game. Maybe it is. I mean, this just like, you know, yeets their hand. Maybe the fact that we lose to Dismember isn't like enough of a reason. Feels fine to me. How do they beat Bridge? Ballista. Oh, we have Karn. I guess they just don't beat Bridge, huh? But this works. Yeah, Bridge was probably better. I was thinking, yeah. I mean, targeting their land with Karn doesn't do anything because they're about to not have a hand. But you're right, they can't beat the Bridge. So we should have gotten it, huh? Unless somebody's thinking it went out that I forgot, but... Gargaroth is pretty good against them, I think. Although the upside of this line is that we get to update the counter. You don't need to hit the Mindstone with Coating Headband because Karn just shuts off Coating. Or shuts off Mindstone. You don't need to target anything with Coating because if they have an instant, they'll cast it. If they don't have a hand. I want to find room for these Gargaroths, but I'm not sure how. Maybe we don't need Blood Moon. Is it crazy to board out Blood Moon against E-Tron? Probably is. Cut Skydiver? I feel like Skydiver feel like is decent. They like play artifacts. They play Mazebind Tome. They play Mindstone. They play Ballista. Maybe we got the Ren and 6, 1 Moon, 1 Narset. Keep this. Sounds good. Is this an actual tier deck? I know that people are trying out a lot of versions. Giglio MTG has been playing this a lot, I know, and I started from Giglio's list when I put this list together. And usually on this channel, what I try to do is innovate and try new things and test and try to build successful strategies. That's the focus of my Twitch channel. And my innovation for this list is the Narset puzzle box thing. I think it fits pretty well if you play Oath of Nissa. And I'm hoping that I'm right about that, I guess. I think we just go in on this and hope they don't have one of their few ways to kill a land. Am I opposed to using a record thing in my overlay? I saw that people have MTG bot record overlays. I don't know how to get one. If someone can tell me how to make one, I'll use it. I know Sprawl and Stomping Ground is dangerous, but this is just the hand we drew. Cool, Fran. I'd appreciate that. You probably have to take Coating, right? Took Narset? Wow. Wow. So what are we stealing? We can still Reshaper, steal Temple. Just Shenanigans, Thought Not Seer. Let's actually do that. Maybe you should have played the Thieving Skydiver, so if my opponent plays Karn, I can attack it. Copy that. Do I put it as a browser source? Oh. Disgusting. Guess I'm gonna steal the Temple. Width 542, height 52. Looks like something went wrong. 54, not 52. Love it. Thank you, Fran. Appreciate you. Yes, this just uses MTG bots knowledge, so it will just automatically update, which is so nice. Really, really good. Okay, we're 1 mana shy of getting that. Thankfully, we drew the land. I'm just gonna steal the Reshaper. It's my turn to play with the power cards. Dude, what a huge upgrade for the stream. Well, I guess let me actually put it right underneath my camera. Not put the puzzle box, the counter on top. Esther, look at this. Look what Fran gave me. It's a record updater that updates live. I don't have to do anything.
Just like Everest had.
Yeah.
Fran is the giver of gifts.
Oh, they have Tron now? Jeez.
Thanks, Fran.
Hopefully MTG Bot doesn't lose its, powers to get the records. You kind of like stealing a land. I mean, it's pretty easy to say that when they top deck the Tron piece, but we're pretty behind on board. I think it's better to steal Reshaper.
I was confusing Fran with Nikachu because I was gonna say, thanks, Fran. Now go play some more Merfolk.
we can't steal Karn because the Karn shuts off coding. So we can Shenanigans the Ballista to actually kill Karn. Otherwise, they get to block and ping.
Look at us, 2 peas in a pod. 2 peas.
But then they have Tron.
Blue light glasses.
But we're not killing Karn. What are you saying? I've got music in my ears, and it's just so overwhelming.
We're 2 peas in a blue light glasses pod.
Oh, I didn't even see that you're wearing glasses.
Yes, it's because they're.
I guess I should play the Steam Vince because of Spyro.
Oh, look at her. Look at her. Look at Athena.
It's very cute.
She says, "Mommy, you will not exit the gate."
I have to get rid of my Shenanigans. But we have a Matter Reshaper. Maybe I should just stolen an Eldrazi or a Tron land. Fuck. Probably going to game 3. Been a cool game. Can I make it like 2 or 3 bigger pixels on the left? You're talking about the text? It's like super finicky, but I can try. Right. Let's go to game 3. So about the MTG bot overlay? Oh, I see. It is a little. It looks better. Question mark. Keep this. I think I'm gonna keep this. The coatings are pretty important to the list, and obviously we need to draw something to go with them, but that is kind of our whole deck. I think we don't necessarily need the moon back. I'm getting Breeding Pool, the naming, red with Sprawl. Do I play out both coatings here? I think I'll just play out both coatings. MR for a redraw. Oh, kill Battery Shaper with a Braid for a redraw. I don't know what we're drawing into. Yeah, I don't. We have just so much land destruction. I don't know that we necessarily need all 3 Blood Moons against E-Tron. But maybe that's just ludicrous. 4, 5, 6. We can't Abrade a land and Gargaroth. I think I'm just going to Gargaroth. It's build your own Vindicate, not Sinkhole. With this much mana, why don't we run some Bifrost? Well, it's not like you get to turn everything into artifacts. You only get to turn one thing into an artifact at a time. But I also like people. Whenever you have a lot of mana, that's when people suggest that's when people start suggesting playing X spells. But they don't suggest playing X spells when your opponent's disrupting your mana or on turns 1 through 3. You know what I mean?
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
And just like yeah. But also, you're usually only making one thing an artifact a turn. Little Donnie, 7 months, awesome. 1 more than 6, good math. We could not abrade the land. We could not abrade a land and play Gargaroth that turn. I decided to play Gargaroth instead. They have a Spatial Contortion. Thank goodness that they can't cast it here. Yeah, I agree that the game counter is a big deal. I didn't want to manually update it every single game for the rest of my life, but the fact that it does it automatically is great. I'm a Really happy for it. Thoughts on Ingot Chewer? I mean, it seems worse to me than Shenanigans by like a decent bit. Shenanigans, you just get to do it every single turn. It's awesome. Wow, we drew birds. Awesome. Can we please draw a good card? The third coating. This is another game where Shenanigans Abrade would be better than Shenanigans. I feel like this keeps happening. Like we just have Abrade. I'm like, boy, wish this was Shenanigans. So maybe we could play 3 Shenanigans, 2 Abrade. Beware of Blast Zone. I'm not really afraid of Blast Zone. It's like very slow to kill. Like we just gonna kill them with Gargaroth before they Blast Zone me. Eldrazi Temple, so they have all his dust. We have Eldrazi Temple and Spatial Contortion in their hand. They don't have all his dust. Ooh, that's a spell. They have double contortion. They don't. Alright. We steal a temple here. This should, you know, stop them from always dusting us. Isn't there a Saheeli Liquimetal Coating combo you could put in the deck? Is there? You tell me. I don't know what the combo would be. Yeah, I think we don't need to overcommit the other Gargaroth. Saheeli plus Coating plus Altar of the Brood. Wait, can Saheeli copy herself? That's the combo? I can keep this. Yeah, I really do think Shenanigans is better than Ancient Grudge. I feel pretty firmly about this. Hammer Time. Well, Karn is good against them, although we potentially are going to be able to slow on the draw here. Arbor Elf could be a good draw. So could Sprawl. We need blue. I think I'm gonna Shenanigans over Narset next turn. So let me name red. Like I'll Shenanigans like Springleaf Drummer, Ornithopter. Like with relative happiness. And they got a hammer. Do we kill the hammer or do we kill the Ornithopter? Because we kill the hammer in case they have the equipped guy. Could also hold up Abrade. Nah, they just like don't have to do anything, so we'll just play the sorcery speed spell while we have to. Yeah, if we're on the play, maybe things get a little different. We'll see if they have another hammer. We're dead to it. Yep. Awesome. I haven't played much against Hammer Time lately. Though I was kind of expecting to play a lot against it. I think we just keep the sideboard plan out these 3 drops for Gargaroths and Bolts. The matchup is probably okay. We have a ton of artifact interaction. Shenanigans was printed purely to kill Lantern. I don't think so. I don't think that's why it was printed, you know. I do think that Allosaurus Rider was to give elves a chance to beat Chalice of the Void. I think that is the entire reason that card was printed. This is more or less Planeswalker Prison Pals. I'm glad that you still remember the deck, but I would say it's pretty different. It's definitely a fun brew. Alright, let me get Breeding Pool into Utopia Sprawl, naming red, and Pyro. Discarding Wooded Foothills, Garg. Karn's good. Yeah, Allosaurus Shepherd. Did I say Rider? Shepherd. Whenever I say Shepherd, I think of Rex from Mass Effect. So this does shut off the equips, right? Yeah. So I can EE on 2. I can just get a coating and coating a land. I think I'll do that. All right. You got a hammer, opponent. You got one hammer. Still block. So they haven't weaseled their way out of this yet. Oh my gosh. They're weaseling their way out of this. Oh, what a nutty draw. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Dude, alright. Hammer time's too good. It's probably a keep. A bit slow. We're on play. Rin's a bit awkward when you just have all lands. We have Spyro to filter our draw a bit. See, they could also be playing a deck with 1 toughness creatures if those still exist. Oh, opponent's playing a Yorion deck. This is 80 card Soul Rider. Ah, it's always the sprawl when you have a Rin and 6. I guess I'll play the Rin. Probably a Soul Herder variant, of course. Could be something different. Looks to maybe be something different. Got a lot of basics in play. I'm not even sure we bother with this Blood Moon. We can bother, I guess. Might ping their Teferi too. That way, if they minus on their turn, we get to kill the Teferi with the Ren. I don't think we're gonna ultimate this game. Probably Niv. Yeah, maybe it's Niv is actually pretty likely. So maybe this stops them from casting their 5-color spells. Or if they minus their Teferi, we get to ping Ren. Jeez. Probably a fine matchup, but we're definitely their jaws lined up well against ours. Yeah, this kind of makes me think of this as a Soul Herder variant. They didn't bounce the Blood Moon. I know I want more tokens, but I think I'm discarding these lands. Opponent into tank. Maybe we're lagging. Probably too aggressive of a lag check. Seasoned Pyromancer. Resolves. That'd be interesting, Drake. It feels like it's probably Niv, but maybe. Just a 5-color deck that's not caring at all about a Blood Moon. But you can say I'm pretty sure it is the Yorion deck. That would be awesome. I'd like to see that in action. They put their Yorion into their hand and they play an elf. So we can Abrade the Deputy, play Sprawl and Elf, and then ping the Elf, attack the Ren. So let me play Oath first, since it's pretty free to do so. When I was in college, when I was first starting to learn to play Magic, I had a friend who played a black-red removal spell deck that played Gristlebrand as a win condition, used hardcast Gristlebrand, and played Crypt Gas like to power it out. And every single time he would kill one of my creatures, he would point like this. He'd put it in 2 fingers and like touch the card with the, you know, Victim of Night or Dreadbore. Every single time. Second Teferi. They have a Yorion in their hand too. I don't really think we can stop them from casting it. Yeah, they're a Soul Herder deck, it seems. Or maybe they're the Incarnation deck because they also play like a lot of those elements. So if we get a land back with Wrenn and 6, we can Karn plus Coating, but then they get to Yorion their Teferi. So we drew a land for turn, so we don't even have to worry about it. And I do want to trade Seasoned Pyromancer for Charming Prince. I think they'll take this trade. Maybe they won't because we just have this on board Wrenn and 6. Maybe this is a terrible attack. Yeah, I guess ended up being terrible, huh? I guess they have to have an untapped land to Yorion. Yorion's very good here, but it's also not the end of the world. Maybe it is. They get to draw like a million cards, and they get the Charming Prince Yorion. Well, they didn't attack first. It's a pretty big mistake. No, the Incarnation deck isn't mine. It's been one that's floating around a bit, though. Not that I own any deck, of course. Just have a couple good brews floating around. Maybe we can draw Narset and puzzle box them. Oh, these could draw so many cards. Oh, hell yeah. It's awesome. They are going to get to kill a Karn, I guess, but... we also get to update the counter. And I think I'm going to leave the Narset on 5. That way they can't Yorion it. We have Force of Negation? That would be so sick. I want to update my counter, but if my opponent counters me, I can't add a counter to my counter. They're taken. They got something. They got something. They named blue on forest. Yeah, maybe we're supposed to coating the forest. The deck doesn't play counter spells, I don't think. Maybe they do. If they are the Incarnation deck. Our opponent's also been pausing a lot. It's possible that they're lagging a bit. It's definitely possible. But yeah, they could be banging on their table, raging. I mean, you just force Narset, right? Pretty easily. I just don't know how you tank this long on the decision. But I do think it's possible they have like Remand or Mana Leak, so let's play around that. If they didn't tap for mana, see if they have the force. You just definitely force the Narset though, because you have like these Abundant Growths you're flickering. All right, it's not okay. I think they're just lagging. I think that if they did this for 2 minutes and decided to force the puzzle box, they'd snap it off here, right? So I think they're just lagging. I think the puzzle box is going to resolve. And the game's not over. I also need to plus my Rin and 6, I think. Is it better to force the Narset of the puzzle box? Definitely Narset, I think, because like they're gonna get to draw more cards with their Yorion and the Growths, and like I could have more Narsets, but I can't play a second Narset and puzzle box this turn. Narset also draws me a card if they don't force it. Quick prediction on whether puzzle box resolves before OP decides. Maybe. We probably have time. This has been like excruciatingly slow. Yeah, I haven't eaten anything today either. Had a lot of coffee though. I'm so excited to watch The Lord of the Rings tonight. I've been listening to the soundtrack all day today. Yeah, I've heard you can cascade into the new Tybalts. It doesn't really make any sense to me, but I'm not a judge. Alright, not gonna minus the Narset. Yeah, they're just lagging, I think. Or doing something in real life, or banging on their table, one of those. Alright, they lose their hand. Does Lavinia prevent the Cascade stuff? I believe so, yes. Alright, we also get to update the counter. Puzzle box slot count 3. I've actually never seen the Hobbit trilogy. Oh, I've seen the first Hobbit movie, and I really disliked it, and I stopped watching them. Yeah, Drake, I'd be down to take a peek. Alright, I think Bloodmoon's bad against them. Okay, bolts. Yeah, I really like the Hobbit book. I've read it like 5 times. But, I don't know. I watched the first Hobbit movie. I didn't like it at all, and I just didn't watch the rest of them. I remember like it was so jarring. And this is like even the most nitpicky thing either. There's so much else to criticize about a movie. But when a movie's like writing isn't good, when there's a lot of bad things, that's when you get to like really like the little things even stand out more. You know what I mean? But there's just all these like really jarring shots of bad CGI and then extras being in Middle Earth that just seems so out of place and just so poorly produced, these shots. I just really hated it, and it really took me out of the movie. And that's not like my main criticism or anything, but because like the story wasn't very good, I think, and the writing was off, little things like that stand out, and that's all I think about it is like really jarring shots with the extras and the bad CGI that just looks so bad to me. Yeah, the book is really good. I really, really liked it. And I'm not trying to be actually, the book is the only way to experience it. I personally didn't like the first one, and I haven't seen the other one, so I can't really judge. I see, Dr. Doom. Thank you for explaining the Cascade thing to me like that, because none of the other explanations made any sense to me. A very smooth brain. Alright, I'll put that in a sticky note, Drake. I'll take a look later. I do listen to a lot of soundtracks while I'm streaming, because a lot of times like listening to words while I'm streaming sometimes makes it harder to focus. So I listen to a lot of soundtracks. Kind of a weird hand. I'm gonna keep, I think. Well, I can't bolt that on turn 1, sadly. Yeah, I've read the Lord of the Rings trilogy once, but I was also like pretty young when I did it. I don't really remember too much of it. Turn 2 Teferi on the play is pretty good, huh? So they tell me. I think I'm going to name green so I can double sprawl off the forest next turn. They cut Tom Bombadil, and they added all this crap. Oh, in the movies, yes, yeah. I remember Tom. For whatever reason, I thought we were still talking about the Hobbit. But yeah, I knew they cut Tom from the Fellowship of the Ring. Maybe I can convince Usher to also watch the Two Towers with me, but that's probably too much even for me today. To watch 2 Lord of the Rings movies in one day, the extended cut. Narset seems decent. We could take Narset and then bolt the Night of Autumn, and then Narset gets to come down. Kind of like that. Let me also play the second Oath before I, finalize bolting the Night. Guess we're taking Spyro. Maybe we should take a land. That's awesome, Maniac. Sure thing, Daniel. Glad you're here. Cool. Hopefully they don't have a counter spell, of course. We can also dig for coating off of Narset. They have a counter spell. Okay. There are some dreams that cannot be, and there are some storms we cannot weather. The 2 mana Abundant Growth? Wow. It's pretty deep. Never seen that card cast before. Who is my favorite Lord of the Rings character? Sam. Easily, I think. We got demolished by Hammer. We had a really good draw, but then they had the nuts. The just the total nuts. It was crazy. Alright, let's go to game 3. Alright, we'll keep this hand. This could have been Blood Moons, but bolts seem to be okay against them at least. What are my top 5 favorite top 10 lists? Oh yeah, these questions. We haven't done a great job of just, drawing our land destruction spells this game. I'll hold up lightning bolts instead of attacking for 1. Can bolt like a Narset. Teferi would be bad. It's not Narset. Is it another turn 2 Teferi? Meddling Mage. Naming. Karn. Good name, I think, but got the bolt. Bonus deck is really interesting. Pretty clear Karn plus coating. I really like this match. I feel like I don't know exactly what my opponent's doing. There's been a lot of interesting lines in all the games so far. 2 off the wall decks slamming against each other. There's the Incarnation. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another enchantment. If you do, search your library for a creature card with the converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrificed enchantment's converted mana cost, and then shuffle your library. So they name Coating, and then we get to bolt, and then Coating and kill their land. I guess I'm supposed to tap the mountain, so I could also attack with the Arbor Elf. Oh, I can still attack with Arbor Elf. And we also get to kill their Utopia Sprawl, so they need to play another, you know, enchantment here. I'm really excited to see this card in action. Oh, that's why they're playing the
What's
2
up?
mana
It's me, your
Abundant
friend,
Growth,
Aspiring
of course.
Spike.
Zom, 5 months. Happy New Year. A little late, but well, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day today. Happy New Year to you too. I would love this hand if, like, we had a 1 mana Accelerant. Not sure we can keep this on the draw. Maybe we can. Maybe we can. It's pretty close. I'm gonna try it. Just draw a 1 mana Accelerant. We have 9 of those. Did draw a 1-drop. Did they spoil runes? Not to my knowledge. Might play Coating on turn 2. See what they do. Oh, it's goblins. Huh. It's maybe a short one. Might be a short one. Alright, so they don't have the combo. They would have comboed off, right? So we could Wrenn 6 the Prospector. Oh, okay. We know their hand is Slinging and a couple mystery cards. Not sure what this is going to be. A second Snoop. So if we kill Prospector, they're not killing Karn. If we plus, I guess we don't have the Coating in play. I think we're probably getting explosives with this Karn. Yeah, they can kill the Karn pretty easily. They'll kill both of our Planeswalkers, but that seems fine to me. So they have Sling Gang, they're drawing Aether Vial. Don't know other cards. If they have land, they get to Ringleader now. They don't have a land. Not the best draw. Yeah, I always get punished when I don't kill the Snoop immediately. I'm just going to kill it now. And they're drawing a 4-drop. They have a 4-drop in their hand with no 4th land. So their hand's going to be 2 4-drops, 2 mystery cards. Needle for Kiki. You don't want to Needle Kiki, but it's also like just way too aggressive to do that, I think. Don't see any rush. Here I think we're just going to go Coating and kill land. Next turn, Karn will turn off the Vial. We'll get the Stone Rain again. Yeah, Moon cuts them off black. This card doesn't do actual nothing, but it's not, you know, one of our better draws, I think. I'm doing well, Ghost. How are you doing today? So we'll see if they have a 2-drop to Violin. They don't. Alright, this is probably game over. If we draw a land, we can Narset plus Puzzle Box, but yeah. So don't really see them playing it out. I think we're cutting the Blood Moons and adding the Bolts. Do you want to cut Narset for Gargaroth or keep it Narset? Gargaroth seems okay. If we can break up their combo, Gargaroth just like means they're not going to nickel and dime us out of the game. I guess they can munitions expert it. They have to have 6 goblins though. Snow layer? That sounds nice. I don't think we're getting any snow this year. Sounds kind of slow on the draw. I think we're going to mulligan. Opponent's also mulliganing. Oh, we can just Thieving Skydiver their Vial, actually. Let's keep, yeah. I forgot that Skydiver can be on. So we can go turn 2 like Abrade Snoop, turn 3 Steel Vial. Have I talked about how banned Snow and was hyped? Oh, no. No. It's possible that this new Snowlands are relevant, but I'm kind of not expecting them to be. I want to steal the Vial, not Abrade.
Welcome, Spikelings, to the Shark Typhoon.
So I think I'm just holding up Abrade. I'll probably kill Prospector end of turn. Kind of feel like they have a second one, right? T-Paz, 11 months. Hope you're having a good one today. They do. Yeah, like you can maybe play one of the new Snow Duels, but at the end of the day, I just don't really see them being super impactful. Was I surprised to see the Snow Duels at common? No. They are tapped. They seem like appropriate power level. Good for drafts. They look like commons to me. Like maybe uncommons, but I like seeing them at common. It'll be 12 months and 2 days. Yeah, weird how it's... Oh, I see. Well, happy anniversary, T-Paz. I'll count it in my heart. At tier 2 as well. Should have been uncommon for Pauper reasons. I guess. I have no idea if Wizards, like, thinks about Pauper at all. Not saying that they shouldn't. I'm just, like... I have no idea how much Pauper is even on their radar, you know? It's a pretty good draw. Let me discard Elf, and... I guess we already have the basic mountain in place, so Misty Rainforest is slightly better. Could destroy a land of theirs. How much does their chieftain matter? Not that much. We have a Vial, so our only double red card is Spyro. We can just leave the Vial on 3. We don't need to fetch another red source here. Do I normally wear contacts? These are not prescription glasses, but they help with staring at a screen all day, every day. And my eyes actually, it's been a big help. My eyes were starting to bother me and Esther. You know, usually I'll be like, my eyes are bothering me, and then if I didn't have Esther in my life, I would just move on with my day. But Esther's like, I will buy you glasses to help with your problem, and it does help a lot. And I'm very thankful to her. Nice. Probably start with that. As Esther very regularly shows in, causes utter chaos, causes utter chaos, and then leaves. She definitely does. There she is.
Hello.
She is standing right by me, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm here, your simulation girlfriend. Food.
You're asking me if I want food?
No.
You're thinking about what food you want?
No, I'm spouting what.
Oh, what you
I'm always
usually say.
saying.
I see. Yes. Yes.
Because I am a robot
Yeah.
in a simulation, and
Right. Of course. So we put a Wurmcoil into play.
who is Monkas? What is that?
That's a friend of mine. Just a fellow, it's like a user of the chat, Monka S. All right, with 4-1 that league.
Do you wanna tell chat about?